Hey y'all, it is I, Javante, once again, the Cosmic Cajun, and today we're gonna get into legendary. Let's go.
All right.
So first of all, happy Pride to my girls, gays, dims, and days. While simultaneously Mercury is still in Boosie Fade, it's giving a little homophobia, but I'ma leave that where it lay. So today, like I said, we're gonna get into legendary. I'm gonna give y'all the good, I'm gonna give y'all the and just tell y'all my thoughts. So let's just dive right on in.
This is a place for legends.
Firstly, I love a lot of things about this show, okay? I love what it's doing for the ballroom community because ballroom has been needing its time in the sun, and I feel like it hasn't gotten that until recently, like with Pose and with Legendary, okay? Like, we do have RuPaul's Drag Race, but it doesn't really emphasize, the roots of where drag came from. But Legendary and Pose is really doing the damn thing, or did the damn thing, because, Pose just ended.
How could you do this to me? Question mark.
Anywho, and it actually was announced today that Legendary now has a season 3, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm hyped. I'm always hyped to see Legendaries coming back, okay? This is one of my favorite shows to watch just on a week-to-week basis. Now, another thing that I love, it's just great to see the trans community, the genderqueer community, the LGBT community as a whole just getting exposure, and it not being like, super polished. It's not like this one type or like this one type of person. It's really like, we have people from all over the spectrum, gender non-conforming, trans, femme queens, this, that, and the third, and it's not like they're making like, oh yeah, this is a trans person, like, haha, this is our representation. It's just like, we're here, we're queer, get used to it, okay? We about to perform our asses off, just like they do every damn week. Which, speaking of performances, shout out Tanisha Scott, okay? First of all, she's the GOAT, okay? If y'all don't know her resume, you better go look her up. And Tanisha, if you watching this, baby, me and you, we gonna collaborate one day. Stamp it, mark it, alright?
And God's timing is always right.
Although I do have my critiques about the judging panel, overall, I really like them. Okay, like, as people, as judges, I feel like they mostly make sound decisions. Although I'm going to get into that a little later, too. Justice for House of Tishi. Anywho, I mostly like it. And special shout out to Deshaun motherfucking Wesley. Okay, that is an MC, baby. When he say this and he say that and he say kitty cat, he eats it every episode. Like, the battles, he don't miss a mark. Don't miss a mark at all, okay? I love season 2, how they had, some people from season 1 come back and assist. I know it's only like 2 seasons in, but I would love to see an all-star season with like, like the front runners who didn't necessarily win, but like they was killing the competition. I want to see them go head to head, like Lon Van and House of Tishi, baby. Also on the judges panel, there is like a little bit of cattiness, but like it's also all in good fun. I love, some cute mess, like, not like, super messy, but like, if it's like, a little back and forth, a little hem and haw, it's, I think it's healthy, like, and of course it's gonna bring ratings and all of this jive here. If I had to assign an American Idol judge to each of the judges, Law Roach is definitely Simon Cowell. Megan gives me like, Randy Jackson vibes, like, everything good in the hood, even if it was bad, I'm still gonna be nice about it. Jamila is definitely Paula Abdul, very nice, great gowns, cute girl. And let me see, Naomi, I would put her in like a J-Lo / Mariah Carey category, like when both of them were on there, because like, she is an expert, but she's also like a huge name in the community who has like the stats to back it up. And speaking of stats, we're just gonna segue right into the bad. One criticism that the show had when it first came out, and that it's still kind of having, is like the background of some of the judges on the show. I love Megan, I love Jamila, and I love Law. But like, what's their exact background?
I'm sorry if it sounds like that, but I'm not.
Like, I love everything they bring, especially Law with, like, you know, him judging, like, the fashion component of performances. And Megan, she just, like, is an overall judge, and Jamila as well. But it would just be a little more refreshing and a little more, engaging, I guess, to see more, like, ballroom legends. Like, I love the concept of bringing on guest judges, and a lot of the guest judges they bring on are queer, but just because you're queer or in the LGBTQ community does not necessarily mean you're in the ballroom community. Like, ballroom is within the LGBTQ community, but the LGBT community is not all in ballroom, if that makes sense. But if you know, you know.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, like, I honestly feel bad for you. Like, I cannot explain it. Like, I don't have the vocabulary to sit here and explain. Like, either you get the vibe or you don't get the vibe.
Keep in mind, it's going to get very spoilery from here on out. So, I'm going to just give y'all that warning right now. I loved the episode where they brought on Amaya Scott, even though it was, you know, the fall of House Tisha. Anywho, like, she's been in the ballroom community. And it's just good to see somebody who knows what they're talking about. Not to say all of the other judges are completely oblivious to what's going on, but they hadn't been in that community for real. So it's just kind of like, you kind of judge from outside the club and you've never been in. No offense, no shade, no Sade, as Deshaun says. But yeah, that's probably my only complaint about the judges. I just heard that Jamila Jamil just got casted in She-Hulk, so they might be having to open up a spot. And if I had to choose who would come fill in her place if she had to go, I would say either Amaya Scott or my girl T.S. Madison. I love Maddie, okay, and she will bring such a vibe, like, and she's been in balls, she's been in the community, baby. Like, it would give what it's supposed to give. Not to say that it's not giving, but it could give more, you know. So now I'm gonna get into season 2 as a whole and what, like, I kind of disliked about it. So first of all, a certain house, who I think we all know who I'm talking about, it was kind of obvious after a certain point that there was some shenanigans going on behind the scenes, because it's like, baby, after what y'all put on that stage, this is not to take away from anybody, but after what was put on the stage compared to a lot of the other houses, it didn't give. How can I put this the nicest way possible? In ballroom, in an actual ball, if you fail, and I mean noticeably, like, tripped and fell in your first showing, baby, you cut, like, you chopped, you out of there. And not only did they fall once, they fell twice, like, noticeably. And this is not to say that House of Balenciaga did not bring, you know, their A game to every performance, but their A game and other people's A game was, you know, you know. And so just to see the House of Tisha go home after they had, I feel like, was a great performance compared to, like, their other performances, which were, I would say, stellar. Like, from Grand March, like, it was always them. From Grand March, let me see, I want to say my front runners were definitely House of Miyake Mugler. Shout out to y'all because y'all ate that. And House of Tisha. I would have said Garcon as well. They came out very strongly. And another house that I would have loved to see more of was the House of Prodigy. I didn't think that they, you know, did bad enough to be in the bottom 2 on the Grand March, but they ended up going home the second episode. That was really disappointing because I loved their energy that they brought. The costuming was there. The house father, he was I mean, it's a legendary face, baby, but he was giving, okay? And I just really wanted to see more of them, but it happened how it happened. I feel like there were a lot of rules broken for the House of Balenciaga, and like it was very blatant. So Diego from the House of Miyake Mugler lost his mother right before the competition or during the competition. And also Egypt from the House of Garcon, they lost a family member as well. Yet they had to continue through the competition as if nothing was wrong. Honey lost someone, and they were able to go home for not one, but 2 episodes, and then come back like shit was sweet. I'm just gone.
Girl, please.
And it was just so blatant. Like when Honey was gone, it seemed like she was the it factor. Like they was trying to keep up, appearances and trying to, give their best on the stage, but compared to the other houses, they was not bringing it. And then even when Honey came back, it still wasn't, like over, like, but they ended up making it to the final 2, and
I was going to say something else, but I'm going to clamp my tongue. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to move right along.
Justice for House of Tisha once again. I could talk about them all day because I like every member of the house sickening, baby. Especially Simone, that girl, Simone Tisha, I love you, baby. And Jerome, look, you hold a special place right here with Diego. Yeah.
What you wanna eat, boo? Let me feed you. Let me run your bath water, whatever you desire. I'll supply you.
But overall, I really enjoy the show. Season 3, I do want to see a little bit more honesty and a little bit more fairness when it comes to the judging on the panel, but I guess that's up to the producers. Overall, I really love Legendary, okay? Like, that's my show. I'm tuned in from week to week. But for Season 3, what I hope to see is, like, no more shenanigans, please. Like, let's not do that no more. Because that was very much... It was just very much shady. Like, for Tisha to go home when they did, like, how did they not make it to the top 4 after outperforming every house? Like, no disrespect, no Sade to any of the other houses, but, like, they outperformed everybody, like, every week. But I feel like this gave House of Tisha the, mainstream exposure that they needed. They're going to be in a lot more. I can already see it for them, okay? Because those were the girls to beat, like, off rip. Miyake Mugler as well. They can say it was Power Rangers all they want. Baby, to this day, I go back and watch that Grand March performance daily. Because they ate that. If Tisha wasn't going to win that, Miyake definitely deserved it. And if Miyake wouldn't have won, then I know something. I know something, baby. All in all, I love this show. Okay? Let's just do a little... Let's tighten up next season, please. And as far as guest judges, let's kind of stay in our pool, please. I understand the importance of bringing, certain allies on, but if it's not fitting the vibe, or it's not like really like giving what it's supposed to give, let's keep it within the pool, okay? Let's bring on some ballroom legends at that, so they could really be, critiquing them and really be telling them what's what. I'm sorry. I don't want to see no more straight people in our spaces. Just like I don't want to see any more like, non-black people in black spaces that were created for black people.
This is a gays only event. Go.
If we made a certain space because we were not accepted in a certain group, I feel like it should be FUBU. Like, that's my opinion. I always feel like things made out of, oppression or things made out of being othered should stay exclusive to that community that was forced to make it. Because, like Drake said, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like, come on, man. Like, this is not, it's not giving what it's giving. But overall, I truly love the show. Yeah. With that being said, I am Javante the Cosmic Cajun. Y'all please like, subscribe, comment down below on what else y'all want to see me get into. And don't forget, be who you are for your pride. Don't hide. Love y'all. Peace out.